Hey guys, Austin Ramos here, and today we're going to be going over the 2019 NFL trade deadline. It's currently 3:58. Trade deadline is at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see if anything heats up and some deals get made in the last final hour. But as of right now, I'm just going to go over the Dolphins, and then once the trade deadline is over, I'm going to highlight the biggest trades and such. So first trade for the Miami Dolphins was this is first trade, Vikings Dolphins trade. Dolphins send a 7th round pick of the 2020 draft to the Vikings for guard Danny Isidora, who has gotten some playtime with the Dolphins this season so far. Then later on, a couple days later, Dolphins trade for Evan Boeheim. He's a center/guard from the Colts, and we traded them for a conditional 2020 round pick. So it could range between a 4th to a 6th, who knows. Then the following day we trade Kenny Stills, wide receiver, and left tackle Laramie Tunsil to the Texans for 2 first-round picks. First one is in 2020, then the second one is in 2021, and we also have a 2021 second-round pick. Not only that, we also got Julian Davenport, offensive tackle, and corner Johnson Bedesomi. But I believe we cut Johnson, the cornerback, and then Julian Davenport is on the IR. So both of those players we got out of that instant trade was not really so well. But then we also traded away Kiko Alonso for linebacker Vince Vigo, straight up linebacker for linebacker trade between us and the Saints. And Dolphins honestly got a decent trade out of that because Vince Vigo has been a decent performer for the Miami Dolphins. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers making a trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick, defensive back. It's a hybrid safety/corner/whatever you want to put him in. Swiss Army knife, they were calling him when he was coming out of the draft. Yet he was upset with the Dolphins putting him at many positions and wanted to just be a safety. Pretty much was he was trying to say. And you could have caught on to the hints that he was like just trying to find out what position he's gonna be at, so he can kind of get like his weight at a certain level or whatever. Just gear his workouts towards that. But if you want to stick to that Swiss Army knife name, you do everything. You can't just do both corner, safety, whatever it needs to be. But we got a first-round pick for it in this 2020 draft, and then we also got a fifth round pick as well, and then a 6th rounder in 2021, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers got Minkah Fitzpatrick, 2020 4th round pick, and a 2021 7th round pick from the Dolphins. Then the trades cooled off for the Dolphins for a bit. I believe nothing really happened until yesterday. Yeah. Just going through it, making sure I'm not missing anything. Boom. Kenyon Drake. Like I mentioned in the last video, Kenyon Drake got traded to the Arizona Cardinals for a conditional 2020 draft pick. So this is a trade of need for the Cardinals because both of their running backs are injured. So Kenyon Drake's one fantasy stock is definitely going to skyrocket now. And he's going to go to a pretty big offense there with the Cardinals. I wouldn't say big as in the sense of like a good one, just one that's going to be try to move the ball a lot, pretty much. Then finally, the most recent trade as of right now for the Miami Dolphins was right now with the Rams and the Dolphins. We traded for Aqib Talib, and the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins have acquired a cornerback Aqib Talib and a 5th round pick from the LA Rams for a conditional pick. So, and the thing is, Aqib Talib is on IR and he won't be able to suit up for the Miami Dolphins probably until week 15 is what they're saying. But in the sense of, getting picks, taking out a contract because we have a lot of cap space at the moment, is what's good for the Dolphins. And finally, it is 4 p.m. And let's see if there was any other trades made. Nothing. No. So there was some talks. The Browns were going to try to get Trent Williams, the left tackle from the Redskins, who's sitting out because he's not happy there. Nothing happened there. People are taking calls for Josh Norman. Nothing there. The Cowboys were really, really interested in Jamal Adams. Nothing happened there. Le'Veon Bell was said to be on the trading block because, if you guys didn't notice, the GM who pretty much paid CJ Mosley, Le'Veon Bell, all these guys all this money, got fired shortly after. I don't know. It was pretty funny to see that happen. But no trade for Le'Veon Bell, even though Adam Gase spoke about it, how he really didn't want to trade him. And then we have Chris Harris, cornerback from the Denver Broncos. Did not end up getting traded, even though a lot of teams were calling for him. And then, let's see what else. Surprisingly, Patrick Peterson did not get shipped out of Arizona. I was hoping the Dolphins could have tried to get him in that Kenyon Drake trade when the news came out about the trade happening. But it is what it is. He's staying put there. I think he has another year left on his contract, but I doubt he'll be there the whole time. I think he might get traded in the offseason. That's a big possibility. Another thing, Andy Dalton got benched, so he's not going to be playing for the Bengals this week. It's going to be pretty crazy to not see him suit up and be the starter for the Bengals this week. Let's see. So yeah, a lot of the teams that were in the possibility of trading some of their key players, Trent Williams, Jamal Adams, Chris Harris, all this. A lot of people were saying their asking price were too high, but at this point it's already too late because it's already 4 p.m. Some of the big name traded that just recently happened was Leonard Williams to the Giants, Michael Bennett to the Cowboys, Mohamed Sanu to the Patriots, Emmanuel Sanders to the Broncos, and of course Jalen Ramsey to the LA Rams. And as of right now, it's already 4:06 p.m. and I don't think there is any more trades. Yeah, he's staying in New York. Yeah, Chris Harris staying in Denver. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All the trades are in, and that is it. So, what do you guys think of the Dolphins trades that they've made over the course of the beginning of the season, from when we all started with Danny Isidora, we got Evan Boeheim, we got Julian Davenport Johnson, but this is whatever his name is. We traded away Laramie Tunsil, and we traded away Kenny Stills, and we traded away Kiko Alonso. We got Vince Beagle. We traded away Minka Fitzpatrick, got a first-round pick. We traded away the two guys to the Texans. We got 2 first-round picks out of them. We traded away Kenyon Drake. They're saying it might be a 6th-round pick or 5th-round pick, something like that. And then we traded for Aqib Talib. We're sending a conditional pick, and we're getting a 5th-round pick, I believe. And we just have to take on his contract, and his contract is up at the end of the year. That's what I'm reading here. Aqib Talib was placed on injury reserve earlier this month, fractured ribs, but expected to be ready to return by week 15. The earliest will be eligible to play in the. So this is what happened with Chris Greer is another thing. Dolphins GM Chris Greer said Sunday he would be willing to take buyers for teams that want to offload contracts, and that's what Miami's trade for Aqib Talib in exchange for a 5th-round pick per Adam Schefter is. Buying a pick. Talib is on the final year of his deal with about $4.2 million left, and the Rams free that money from their books. Miami has plenty of cap space. Talib is on IR and won't be able to return to week 15. And Miami is set to have 14 picks in the 2020 draft with 3 first-rounders. So we can fill up one entire side of the ball just based on the draft alone. Another thing we can do is use some of those picks to trade for key players. You can do whatever you want. Those picks are big time. Whether in the sense of us getting someone big in the draft, or let's say we don't end up getting the first pick and we want the first pick so we can get the quarterback or Chase Young or whoever, just move up in the draft. You never know what you can do. As long as you have all those picks, you have a lot of options. You can do a lot with them. You can trade for players. You can trade for picks. You can trade. Who knows? Just a bunch of trades. Trade deadline got me a little loopy right now. So pretty much that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure to leave a nice thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @ByAustinRamos. And check out @ByAustinRamos. And lastly, fins up.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.